What is good, people? What is good? Got your boy Mike here for Speak Cloud Podcast, doing a movie review. Did a how many movie reviews I did on this channel before? Maybe two, probably. I know I did my favorite movie of all time from 1983, Scarface, the Brian De Palma directed Scarface. That, without a doubt, my favorite movie of all time. Then I did the 1995 movie New Jersey Drive, one of my favorite movies of all time, criminally underrated. I don't think I did any more. I might have. I know I did like a Boys in the Hood versus Menace to Society, Battle of the Films type of deal. But I did. I talked about them deeply, but I don't think I like actually reviewed them singularly. Um, but yeah, man, I'm here to review my second favorite movie of all time. Yes, my second favorite movie ever, man. The Quentin Tarantino directed masterpiece, in my personal opinion, Pulp Fiction. Man, when I first seen Pulp Fiction, it changed my fucking life. Like, as far as, let me rephrase that. It changed my outlook on cinema. You know what I mean? I never seen something done so well where the story starts off from a certain point, then continues later on from where that point left off, and something that started off in the beginning and they made it so the ends into how that ended. You know what I mean? To how the beginning started off. Just a fantastic movie. I love the way Tarantino casted these characters. I love the way Tarantino directed this film. It was fantastic. First scene we get in the film is this British dude. Tim Roth. That's the actor's name. Um, his name is fucking. He has no fucking name. You know what I mean? Jules. We'll get to Jules in a minute. He calls him, Ringo. You know what I mean, and shit like that. Because he's a British dude, and Ringo Starr from the Beatles, of course. But it's him talking with his girl or his wife. Calls her Honey Bunny or whatever the fuck, ugly ass bitch. Uh, they're talking about how if we rob the restaurant because they're like in a coffee shop, it'll be least expected. No one will expect that. You know what I mean? To rob a motherfucking coffee shop, and they pull it off, man. Well, they don't pull it off successfully. You know what I mean? They attempt to do it, and we'll get into that. Then it ends off with that. Then it starts off with um Jules and John Travolta. Jules is played by Samuel L. Jackson. Um, Amazing fucking casting choice there because Samuel L. Jackson is just fucking ill. You know what I mean? Everything that dude does damn near is great. Especially his Quentin Tarantino shit that he done. Um, just amazing performance by him. And John Travolta's character, Vincent Vega. Um, John Travolta is amazing in here. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Travolta's other work. He's in Carrie. I fucking love Carrie. Um, Not a big fan of Saturday Night Fever. Well, I don't want to say that because I never really fully seen that movie. I seen motherfucking bits and pieces. I gotta watch that. You know what I mean? But I from what I seen, this is his best performance. Absolutely. You know what I mean? He's a fucking heroin junkie, and he's a gangster. He's a hitman. He's a hitman with Jules. You know what I mean? For the big boss, um, Marcellus Wallace. This all takes place in California. I know they said Jules is from Inglewood. I don't know what part of California that this takes place in, but they're in Cali. I know that. And they're going to, you know, handle some business from for Marcellus. This dude Brett, I think his name is. Like, he had Marcellus's briefcase there, and I think he owed him some money, if I'm not mistaken. And before they go in there, they're talking about how No, first I'm like, it's the little fucking nuances that Tarantino had in here that was dope. Like Ju- um, Vic Vega, Vincent Vega just returned from Amsterdam, and he's talking about how things are over there. Like I think quarter pounder is called what was it now? A Royale with cheese, yeah. And then the Big Mac is called La Big Mac. They're just talking about shit like that, and he's like, they put mayonnaise on French fries over there. He's like, they fucking drown that shit in mayonnaise. He's like, I've seen it, you know, little shit like that chemistry. Uh, Samuel Jackson's and John Travolta's chemistry is incredible in this film. I fucking love it. You know what I mean? But yeah, they come in the apartment complex and they're talking about an incident that happened where this dude, Samoan nigga, he was like rubbing Mia, you know, Mia Wallace's feet. Mia Wallace is the wife of Marcellus. You know what I mean? Which is played by Ving Rhames, and he threw the nigga off fucking out the window. You know what I mean? To like this glass house, some shit like that. And I was like, God damn, because he just gave her a foot massage. You know what I mean? And they're saying like Jules is like, is it that fucking bad? You gotta throw this nigga out the window. You know what I mean? Just for rubbing your wife's feet. And John Travolta's like, yeah, man, there's something about a foot massage that is central. You know what I mean? You're touching. It's his wife, man. That's what he tells him. And he's like, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? And he said that eating a pussy out and rubbing her feet is in the same ballpark. And Jules was like, no, man. You know? Jules Winfield, that's his last name. He was like, nah, man, that's not not even in the same fucking ballpark at all, man. I think it's totally different. He didn't deserve that shit. You know what I mean? And Johnson Walters like his character's Vincent Vega's like, yeah, he did. You know what I mean? And they disagree to disagree. And they go on the door and see this dude, Brett, I think his name is, eating breakfast and shit. They got hamburgers and shit like that. Big Kahuna, I think it's called. Some Hawaiian place or some shit. And he asked to eat the fucking burger. Takes a bite of that shit. He's like, yo, this shit is, I want something to wash that down. What's that over there? What's in there? He's like, Sprite? He's like, you mind if I do? He's like, man, that was tasty beverage right there. And then he just gets to business, you know. It's like, is Marcel's Wallace a bitch? And he's like, nah, man, nah. What's it look like? He's like, he's panicking, yo. He's like, he's black. He's bald. It's fucking hilarious, man. And they just pump that nigga full of lead. You know what I mean? And then they go to Marcellus, and Marcellus is talking to Butch. You know what I mean? And you just telling him, because Butch is a fighter, he's a boxer. Uh, and he wants him to get knocked out in the fifth round. He's like, in the fifth, your ass goes down. I repeat that, you know. And he fucking, in the end, he doesn't do it, but we'll get to that later. Um, he gives him the money, then he leaves. They come in after, you know, apparently doing their job that they just got through doing, and which is, you know, Vincent Vega and Jules Winfield. And he, oh yeah, another thing they talked about, and when they're going to the apartment complex, Vincent has to take Marcellus Wallace's wife out, Mia, to like for a good time. So you taking her out on a date? He's like, no, it's not a date. Just, you know, I take her out, just entertain her and shit, you know. And he feels uncomfortable like that about that shit. You can tell, you know what I mean. But he ends up doing it. We'll get to that too. And then he goes to Vincent Vega goes to his drug dealer's apartment house. I think it's a house. Yeah, it's a house. And he's played by Eric Schultz. You know, the same actor that played Rocky Dennis in the movie Mask. Came out in 1985. Fantastic movie, emotional movie based on a true story about a teenage boy that had a disfiguration, you know. But the movie's kind of off because he passed away in the 70s. They said he passed away in 1980, but they just had to change that, I guess, for whatever reason. But he's in there, and he sounds just like the Rocky Dennis character, but it's like with all the makeup costs. You know what I mean? It's just funny because it sounds like Rocky Dennis. You know what I mean? Like swearing and shit. It's kind of funny to see that. But he sells like heroin. You know what I mean? This dude sells heroin, and he's bagging up the heroin, but they sell heroin in bags, and balloons, and there was no balloons left, so we had to put it in a baggie for him, and he got the drugs from him, whatever. He shot up there before he went to go see um Mia, played by Uma Thurman. Uh, goes there, immaculate house. He looking around the crib, and she's talking like some like intercom shit. You know what I mean? She's talking on that, and she's like, Vincent, I'll be down in a second. Pick yourself up something to drink, and I'll be down in a minute. You know what I mean? And she comes down. Well, she is going down there, and she does something real sexy. I have a foot fetish. Okay, I give no fucks. Y'all probably heard it on the podcast. I have a foot fetish. I don't give a fuck. People think that's weird for some reason. Okay, and she takes her leg and bends it back and says she's ready, and that's so sexy. Quentin Tarantino has a foot fetish too. You notice damn near all his movies, damn near, not all of them, have women's feet displayed in it. Kill Bill. Um, this one and Jackie Brown. God damn, forgot that bitch's name, but she has some nice ass feet. They show her feet quite a bit in the movie. He does that in the movie. He just shows women's feet. You got a foot fetish, and I love that famous Pulp Fiction scene when her foot is like on the side. I love a good pair of nice wrinkled soles too. That shit is sexy as fuck to me. But I'm getting off topic here. Then they go out to some place called I think it's Jack Rabbit Slims. I think it's called. It's like some fucking retro 1950s, 1960s place. I think 1950s um place right there, and they sit down. Their chemistry's fucking great too. Everything in this fucking movie, the acting was just incredible, absolutely incredible. You know what I mean? The way they talk to each other, the way they interact is just on point. Like Tarantino knew what the fuck he was doing in this film. It's his masterpiece. Obviously, he has a lot of great movies, but this is his masterpiece. And in this restaurant, they got niggas dressed like you know, Buddy Holly and that bitch from the 50s, Marilyn Monroe and shit like that. You know what I mean? And they get the menus and they order, and she orders a milkshake. Got what kind of food they ordered, the burgers or some shit like that. And he's like, $5 for a milkshake? That's fucking ice cream and milk. That's milk and ice cream. You know, $5 for real. And they just they order, they get their drinks or whatever, and um Vincent wants a sip of her milkshake, yo. He's like, yo, that's one damn good milkshake, man. That's good as fuck. And she's like, I told you. And then she's talking about her I think it's was it Fox Force 5? The name of her pilot, her TV pilot. I know Jules explained that to Vincent while they were going to murder them niggas in the apartment complex, but she explained it to him again. They made a joke on the show, and Vincent wants to hear the joke, but she don't want to tell it because it's embarrassing. It's not funny. But they there's some fucking contest, like a dance contest at this restaurant at Jack Rabbit Slim's, and she's like, "I want to dance. I want that trophy. Your boss told me. I mean, your boss told you to take me out and have fun, do whatever I want. You know what I mean?" And They end up dancing. You know what I mean? They're dancing to some fucking song. I forget. Uh, cool scene. You know what I mean? I like that. And then they go back to um, what you call his place? Mia's place. And in that jacket, she's wearing. He gave her the jacket to wear when it got cold that night. She's wearing his jacket that he stored the heroin in. You know what I mean? It's in a baggie. Mind you, Shorty is a fucking, she likes coke. She sniffs coke. She sniffed coke before she came downstairs, and she sniffed coke in the bathroom. That's a funny scene to me. I don't know why I laughed at it. She's with all these bitches putting their fucking makeup on, and Mia just takes a sniff of line. She goes, "Oh god damn!" I love that scene, man. It's funny, cracks me up. And after that, Vincent got to go to the bathroom. Now, mind you, every time Vincent has to go to the bathroom, something bad happens. Every time Vincent goes to the bathroom, something fucked up happens. That's the great way of directing shit. Quentin is just incredible. Little hints in there, like, Marcellus Wallace, whatever fucking reason, he got a fucking big ass band aid on the back of his motherfucking neck. I don't know what that's for, what that's about, but he does, And he goes to the bathroom. She sits down, puts on this dope song. I want to know what that song is, man. I never looked it up. I like that song. It's a dope song. And she comes out the bathroom. I mean, he comes out. No, no, fuck that. I fucked up. My bad. He's still in the bathroom, and he's like, he's feeling her. You know what I mean? He likes her, but he's not even thinking about, like, it's like nothing's gonna happen. You're gonna go home. You can jack off and think about it, and that's it. All you're gonna do. Don't come on to her. Nothing, because he get fucking whacked. Niggas will kill. Like, Marcellus will murder that nigga. You know what I mean? So he he's just trying to practice what to say to her. She takes the heroin out. She's thinking it's coke because it's in a baggie. See, because heroin is sold in balloons, so she just thinks it's coke. She sniffs it. She sniffs that shit, and instantly she feels the effects. Like, oh shit, man, bleeding from the nose, falls back, starts ODing. She starts ODing and shit, and of course that's not good. You know what I mean? So Vincent comes out the bathroom. He's like, oh, he finds her. And he starts panicking. Oh my god. Oh shit. Mia. He's like, come on, girl. We getting the fuck out of here. He picks her up, brings her to Lance's house. Lance is the drug dealer, which is played by Eric Schultz. Lance. That's his name. The drug dealer. And he's eating some motherfucking cereal, chilling, watching this black and white program. His wife is there. Shorty got all the piercings in her face. And he calls us like, yo, she OD'd on me, man. She OD'd on me. And they rush to the fucking house. But first he declines, like, no, do not bring no dead bitch. I mean, do not bring a bitch OD into my crib, please. Do not bring a bitch OD into my house. And he does anyways, like, fuck it. You know what I mean? He crashes into some shit in that lawn, and, Lance is freaking out. Picks him up, gets him in the, picks her up, I should say. Vincent and Lance pick her up. He's panicking about some little black, fucking book, some little medical book he needs to find. And he doesn't find it. He's like, fuck it, just wing it. He gets this needle, and they find a heart, and they circle it with a red magic marker, and Lance says, take a stabbing at it so it can pierce through her breastbone and then get to her heart. Just bang, they do it. And she wakes up from the OD, and she's freaking the fuck out, of course. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what that's like. I hate fucking hard drugs, yo. I lost a lot of friends to that shit, so I never will know what that's like. Fuck all that. But I'm strictly marijuana, yo, and liquor on occasions. You know what I mean? But she fucking gets out of that. He drives her home, and she tells him, she's like, "You want to know the joke?" He's like, "Yeah, can't wait to hear it." She tells him the joke was something like, "There's a mama tomato, daddy tomato, and the little kid tomato. They're walking, and he's like, hurry up!" And Daddy tomato squashes the little tomatoes, like, not catching up with them. You know what I mean? So the daddy fucking squash it, and he's like, catch up, little silly, corny joke, and that's all. That ain't the last you see her. She's in a couple other scenes, like two more scenes I think we see her. So they go their own way. And then it starts off with Butch, the boxer. You seen him in Marcellus's bar, I think, discussing he's gonna, lose the fight. He's gonna, you know, lose that shit. So he fucking he's dreaming. And the dreaming sequence is him, he's watching cartoons, it's gotta be what? Late 60s, early 70s, probably. Just a fucking guess off the top of the dome. I don't know. Um, then his mother says, "Uh, this is your daddy's friend. You know what I mean? He has to tell you something." And they fought in the war together and all that. And he talks about this gold watch that has been in his family for years and stuff like that. For Civil War, yo, hold on. And his great grandfather passed it down to his grandfather. His grandfather passed it down to his father, and now it's his. He explains all this war shit to him, and the character is Christopher Walken, and he gives it to Butch. He gives the watch to Butch. Butch wakes up like he hasn't. I guess he had a nightmare about that shit. I don't know. I don't know if that affected him some way. I don't want to see why, but he wakes up from that shit. You know what I mean? And he's in his boxing gears and his robe and shit. Got the gloves on, about to go fight, and he fucking goes to fight. He doesn't. He kills this nigga. Apparently, he kills the boxer. You know what I mean? Jumps out the fucking some window of the venue, I think it was, into a cab. You know, he's in the cab with this very sexy Colombian bitch. They're talking. She wants to know how the. She heard that the boxer died. You know what I mean? She wants to know how it feels to kill a man or whatever the fuck. And he's like, I don't know what it feels like because I just found out he was dead when you told me, so I don't know. You know what I mean? And they leave. I mean, he leaves the cab, goes to this hotel he's hiding out because he knows Marcellus is going to kill him. You know what I mean? For not dropping the fight. And he goes there with some Russian, no, French, yeah, I think French, my bad. Some French bitch. Fabian, some shit like I don't know this bitch's name. Son. Son. This is my favorite movie. My second favorite movie of all time. Quentin Tarantino, Pulp Fiction is my second favorite movie of all time. My favorite movie of all time is Scarface. There's no real annoying characters in my opinion in Scarface. Maybe his sister a little bit, but not much. it This is unbearable. Okay, this character. She is so fucking annoying, man. Everything she does is just shut the fuck up. Okay. Oh my god. Just talk about she had a pop belly and pop bellies is sexy on a woman. She loved pop bellies and um, it's very fucking annoying. Everything she says. The funniest part of that though is when they're in the shower together, Butch and this bitch, right? And he's like, I think I cracked the rib, and she's like, wait, what? From giving me oral pleasure? Because she asked for that later when earlier when he lay down with her after returning from the fight and he ate a pussy out and shit. And he's like, no, no, you retard, from the fight. When he said that shit, I fucking died. That was funny, man. Uh, but it's annoying as fuck. She's brushing her teeth, mind you, and oh my god, just the sound of her brushing her teeth while she's talking is fucking annoying. And I can hear my ex girlfriend said she was cute. We watched the movie together. I'm like, there's nothing cute about that. She is fucking annoying, dude. Like, this bitch makes my ears just bleed. That voice. And she's talking about having blueberry pancakes for breakfast and all this shit. You just want to smack the fucking shit out of this bitch. She is so annoying to me. It's a bad part of it. I understand Butch needed a soft spot from just being the mean fighter. I still couldn't. I'll say this. I still couldn't picture the movie without this annoying piece of shit. We needed her in there just to, it's funny when he said he called her a retard and shit. And then how she lost the watch. When she lost the watch and stuff like that, it didn't bother me. But when she was talking about eating breakfast and fucking brushing her teeth, and that was just annoying as fuck for me, man. But anyway, she's looking for that watch, that I talked about earlier, that the character gave him, Christopher Walken's character gave him from his father. You know what I mean? And he's looking for that watch, this lucky watch. You know what I mean? And she didn't bring it with them because they got to get the fuck out of Dodge because they're in danger, right? So he's like, I told you, it's on the kangaroo. The watch. You gotta bring. You didn't bring it. He flips the fuck out. He's going crazy about the watch, right? So you gotta go back to the apartment to get the watch. He goes back to the apartment to get the watch. Puts some. He finds the watch on the kangaroo, and he gives himself some Pop Tarts. You know what I mean? Puts them shits in the toaster. But then he sees a fucking pump. I don't know what kind of gun it was. It wasn't a pump, my bad. It was some kind of fucking gun with a silencer on it. Had to be a semi-automatic piece. Not too sure. So, like I said, mind you, every time Vincent goes to the bathroom, something bad happens. Okay? So he's in the bathroom, he comes out, he gets fucking shot. Because Vincent was waiting for that nigga so he can blow his top off. He's waiting for Butch. Vincent's mistake? Leaving the gun on the counter. That was stupid. That was a big mistake because this nigga can come back anytime you got the gun on the counter. Think about that. It's really stupid. It is, man. But you know what? Niggas make mistakes. And Vincent was a great character. She shot him. Boom, fell in the bathtub. Then at the end of Vincent, thank God. 'Cause that's such a great, great character that we didn't get to see. If the movie was like played in order, I'd be fucking pissed. You know what I mean? Like if it played in the right order should happen, I want to be happy because it's the way um Tarantino did it was just fucking phenomenal. But he comes, he goes back. We're trying to go back to the hotel with that annoying bitch, and he's in a good mood. He's like, they keep underestimating you, Butch. He's singing a song. He's in a good mood. He sees Marcellus with a pink box of donuts and two coffees, and he fucking just runs the nigga over. Bam! When he gets a crowd of people standing around him. Kathy Griffin is in this movie. Um, he fucking gets up and he's like, that guy hit you. You know what I mean? And he's like, who? Where? And she's like, that guy over there. And he's like, I'll be damned. And he starts bucking at that nigga. I think he got him in the leg. He might have, because he was on his leg limping. Maybe he's limping from a car crash. I'm not too sure. But after that, he goes into this weird motherfucking store, pawn shop deal. It looks like. Um, they're chasing each other, and he goes into the store, and it's this dude there, this fucking redneck motherfucker, right? Got a shotgun and all that, but he runs in there. And Marcellus follows him. Butch gets him down, and Butch starts whooping his ass. And he's like, the dude's like, get your fucking, put the gun down and get your foot off the nigger. Tarantino uses that word in his movies a lot. I don't know what the fuck's the deal with that. I have no idea, man. I don't think the guy's racist. I think he wants to show that people are racist. You know what I mean? And I don't know this dude's name, but the dude that's at the pawn shop, this redneck nigga with a ponytail and a beard and shit. Uh, he puts out the shotgun and knocks Butch out cold with that shit. Bam. You know what I mean? Then he fucking takes Butch and Marcellus to the motherfucking down to some basement and shit. Balls and gags these niggas. You know what I mean? And calls some nigga Zed. He's like, the only people that kill people in my shop is me and Zed. And I was like, oh shit, the fuck. So this dude Zed comes, appears to be a cop. I don't know if he's a dirty cop or just a nigga dressed in cop uniform. You know what I mean? And this shit is very fucking strange. Uh, it's a weird part of the movie, man. I think it's very cutting edge. You know what I mean? This is when the world was starting not to give a fuck. You know what I mean? You had Tarantino making very crazy out there movies. You know what I mean? Uh, Jerry Springer. You know what I mean? Howard Stern. Shit started getting real grimy. ECW coming up like later on in 1995 and all that. But Tarantino like really started to push the 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 button in entertainment to make shit go like saying fuck you. And by 1997, it was all out. You had South Park. You had ECW really big. You had WWF really getting edgy. You had WCW with NWO, and the world just started giving a fuck. Marilyn Manson, running around doing crazy shit, like taking over. Man, I love that era, but I'm getting kind of sidetracked. But so Zed, still just like a cop. He just fucking. She says, "Get the gimp." The dude with the ponytails like the gimp's sleeping. Say, "Get the gimp." He gets some fucking dude in a gimp suit. He's like rubbing his head and shit. It's fucking odd. And he does this. He does like the dude asked him which one. You guys Zed, which one you want to do first? And he does like a meeny, meeny, miny, mo type deal. And Marcellus is up, and apparently, he fucks him in the ass. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. And while that's happening, fucking Bruce Willis character, Butch, he breaks out of the tie up, takes the ball and gag out. The fucking Gimp is like, he's screaming for help. Fucking Butch just cold cocks him, knocks him out cold, and bounces the fuck up out of there. About to bounce. About to bounce. But, obviously prior to this altercation, he didn't give a fuck about Marcellus, you know what I mean? They wanted to kill each other, basically. And he feels bad. I don't know what it was. He's like, the rape wasn't right. Maybe him and Marcellus had a business before that, which they clearly did, and he just had to help him. I don't know what the fuck made him help him, but he helped him. You know what I mean? He came back with a motherfucking. He's like picking a weapon of choice. You know what I mean? And this nigga finds a sword, and he takes the sword and just fucking goes to town on homeboy with the ponytail. And Ving Rhames' character gets up, Marcellus Wallace, and he fucking shotguns Zed's legs or balls or some shit. You know what I mean? And he's like saying he's gonna get some niggas to go to work on him. He's gonna get medieval on his ass. And Butch asks Marcellus, "Are we good? I mean, me and you okay? Are we cool? Is this done between us?" And he's like, "Yeah, we cool, but you got to get your ass out of Dodge, get the fuck out of town." You know what I mean? And that happens. He leaves. He gets on Zed's bike, picks up his girl, that annoying bitch, and they bounce the fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? And then it shows up back to the beginning when dude was pumping slugs, and that dude Brett, I think his name was, that had Marcellus's briefcase and all that. So they show him killing him. You know what I mean? But there's some dude in the bathroom with a gun. Maybe that homeboy that they had, make sure whatever shit happened out of hand, they could have him come out and take care of business or whatever. Probably that, but the purpose that dude served. You know what I mean? And he comes out and just starts shooting, but he misses, and they they pump holes in that nigga. And Jules is like, it was a miracle. We could have got killed. You know, what I mean, the gun was bigger than him. And John Travolta's character was like, yeah, whatever. You know, Vincent was like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. So they take this dude with them, Marvin. You know, this black dude. Take him. They got him in the back seat, and they're arguing about something. And Vincent asks Marvin's characters like, "Yo, do you agree with this or whatever?" Before he could even say anything, he shot him in the face. His hand was on the trigger. He shot him in the face by accident, and fucking blood goes everywhere, all over their fucking suits, hair, face. You know, they blew that nigga's fucking head off. Well, Vincent did, and you know, they're both freaking out a little bit, and he's like, "Oh shit, I shot Marvin in the face." You know, what the fuck you do that shit for? I didn't mean to do it at the back, and that shit is great. And they go to Jimmy's house, you know, played by Quentin Tarantino, and Jimmy, you know, he said, "What the fuck's gonna happen? Why you got a dead dude in my fucking garage?" You know what I mean? So does it look like dead nigger storage? Another word, use of the word nigger, and not in a way like, you know, Samuel L. Jackson's character, Jules Winfield says it. He's saying like racial shit. That this is my second favorite movie of all time, but it don't bother me when that's said. You know, it's kind of at first it's kind of hard to sit through, but there's no cruel intentions from Tarantino. He's just showing how people are, and that's the truth. People are like that. And his wife Bonnie's coming home, and he don't want his wife seeing that a dead dude in his fucking garage and blood everywhere. You don't want to see that. So, you know, they're washing their hands and all that before they get out and talk to Jimmy. He forgot to talk about that. And he makes some cups of coffee and stuff like that. And then he says he got to make a couple of phone calls. He calls Marcellus, and Marcellus calls Wolf, played by Harvey Keitel. And he takes care of problems. You know, he comes in, sets the record straight, saying you're gonna clean up, you're gonna wash that fucking car down the best you can do. Put blankets in the interior so it looks brand new, no one bothers, and we get it the fuck out of here as fast as we can before Bonnie comes home. They do that. They clean that shit. Then they get them clean. Wolf sprays them down with a garden hose and pass them some soap. They scrub down and they wear Jimmy's clothes and, you know, some like real nerdy type shit. And they're, you know, Wolf is making fun of him. So was Jimmy, and Jules like, "It's your clothes, motherfucker." Yeah. And they leave, thank Wolf for his services, and they go to have breakfast. And when they go to have breakfast, you see them talking about how, you know, breakfast, and how Vincent asked Jules for some bacon. He's like, "I don't eat no damn swine. They're dirty. They're rolling their shit. They're rolling their feces. I'm not down with that shit." You know what I mean? So Vincent goes to the bathroom. When Vincent goes to the bathroom, remember I told you, bad shit happens when Vincent goes to the bathroom. This is made to, you know, Quentin Tarantino throwing his little things in there for that. And he goes to the bathroom, and Tim Roth's character, I'm gonna call him Ringo, what's his fucking name? Uh, he's talking. It sets off from the beginning. You know what I mean? When they're robbing the place, and they robbing the place. They get the bag, get the trash bags to put all your wallets in here. They got the coffee shop manager. They got the guns to him. They got him down. He's like, "Please don't kill me. I just fucking work here. I'm the manager here." So, and like, "No, fuck all that. We want the money. Hurry up. We'll blow your fucking head off." You know. And he's like collecting the wallets. They get the jewels. They get the jewels. I mean, and they get the jewels. He's sitting down, and they ask for the wallet. Throws the wallet in there. Then he opens. The ass was in the briefcase, and he's like, "No, he ain't opening that shit." Cause like, "I'm gonna open it. I'll blow your fucking head off." He's like, give him a count. He starts counting down. So he's like, "Okay, you win." And he opened the briefcase. He looks at it, and you know his bitch, Honey Bunny, whatever the fuck, asking what's in the case. He's not answering, and closes the case, and fucking Jules just takes him, puts the gun to him, and says, "I can't give you that case." It belongs to my boss. You know what I mean? And he has like this fucking lecture with him. You know what I mean? The same Bible verse he did to them other niggas when he and Brett and them niggas when he killed them. You know what I mean? Gave him a long lecture. Uh, Vincent comes out, puts the gun at the bitch. They stop bugging. He's like, "Tell that bitch to be cool. Bitch, be cool." I love that shit, man. And when he tell before that all that happens, he's like, he takes out the bad motherfucker wallet. He's like, "Take my wallet out the bag." He's like, "Which one?" He's like, "The one that says bad motherfucker on it." I thought that shit was really cool. You know, the brown bad motherfucker wallet, man. I gotta get me that. I gotta get me that. And you know, it basically ends there after he gets some money, and it's funny because Vince is like, if you give this Nimrod money, I'll shoot him off general principle. I'll shoot him for of general principle. That had me dying the way Travolta said that shit, and basically ends there, man. This movie is fucking phenomenal. I would think y'all have seen it. You know what I mean? It's fucking grand. Like this is my second favorite film ever made. Like shit like that. Top three films I know off the top of my head. It's fucking Scarface, Pulp Fiction, and Goodfellas. After that, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of Menace to Society. You know, somewhere around there. You know what I mean? Uh, fantastic film. Absolutely love it. It is great. Amazing film. My second favorite movie of all time. That's the review for Pulp Fiction, directed by Quentin Tarantino, released in 1994. Hope you enjoy this, guys. You know what I mean? I want to do more movie reviews and absolutely love this movie, man. I can't say no more good shit about it, man. It is just fucking tremendous. It's a tremendous film that needs to be on. It's not. It might be on Blu-ray. Yeah. No, never mind me. But it needs to be recognized for all the fucking accolades it gets. It does get a lot, as it fucking should. You know what I mean? It is a fucking masterpiece of a film. I don't get sick of it ever. You know what I mean? It's just incredible. So that is my review for Pulp Fiction. I hope you enjoyed this shit. A lot of episodes planned for Speak Club Podcast. We're all booked up with episodes. The schedule is full. Shout out to Tribro Gigolo. Shout out to Marvelarity One. Shout out to Coach Chillin. And shout out to MC Reg and Ross Holly. Love you all. That's Pulp Fiction, released in 1994, directed by Quentin Tarantino. We'll see y'all niggas on the flip side. Peace.